let go of the leaders. Right here we have what's known as what position? Lead. Everybody knows that one. So we have Coho. He's actually going to retire about September 15th, so we can say bye, Coho. And retirement basically means they get to live on a couch for the next few years. It's where anybody can apply to adopt them. They just need to live in a northern environment, be really, really, really active. So nobody's going home with me to Florida, even though my fiance is always like, it's okay, we'll make a dog house in the ice box. Doesn't work that way. Sylvie over here. She's about 3, Coho is 9. That's usually about the age we do retire them. Sylvie's up and coming, really good leader. Possibly be the mom of next year's litter. It's possible. So you notice we do have 2 leaders, and that's because we usually have an experienced leader next to an inexperienced. Now if we did have a narrow trail, we would use possibly 1 leader, but for the majority of the time we're using 2. That way they can learn off of each other, but also kind of have a little bit more control, because you can trust if she's thinking squirrel, you can be like, no, we're going this way. So you need really intelligent, as she's looking. But you need really intelligent leaders, because imagine there was no reins there was no nothing. You just have trust between you as the musher and your lead dog. Trust that when you say G to go right, and they know there's ice that's possibly breakable or ravine, that they're not just going to go that way. They're going to be smart enough not to always listen to you, but know which way to go and lead you the right way. So back here we have Kavik, and this is our swing position. That's going to be the position right behind the leaders. The whole point of their position is to do what their name implies, swing the team out wider. And it's kind of physics that helps them do that. Good swing dogs will do it themselves, but physics also helps it swing out a little bit wider. That way that sled doesn't get hit by a tree or something. So the only reason we have 1, or Tatum was here before, so, and Tatum also. So swing is also a good position for leaders up and coming, maybe leaders taking a little bit of a break. Kind of like us, we get tired of doing the same thing for hours on end, so we do switch them out every few hours, give them a little bit of a break. Back here is our beautiful Timber. Isn't he so adorable? He's in our wheel position. Wheel is really important come winter time. Not a rock. And really important in winter, because you can imagine -40, sled's frozen to the ground, it has 500 pounds or more loaded onto it. And then you're going to need those wheel dogs to be really strong and start that initial momentum, break the sled from that ice. Now, we only have 1 here today because technically we could run this team with 4 dogs, because our sled weighs about 100, 150 pounds, our musher, not discussing weight. So we could run 4, we do run 5 just to get another extra one in every day to get to run. So if we did have more dogs on our team, there was one time where it was a 1,000-pound load, and we had 16 dogs. So all our extra dogs would be in between the swing and the wheel position, and those are our team dogs. They don't necessarily have to be the brains of the operation, and they just love running and pulling, and that's pretty much their job. So at this point, I'm going to answer some of your questions, maybe take about 2 per stand. So I'm going to start over here. Anybody got any questions? Nothing. You were active on the bus.
What's the range of a regular team of dogs?
What's the range of a regular team of dogs? Well, they could keep going probably until they never wanted to stop. It's kind of like the running joke. People ask, oh, if you fall off, will they stop? And I can tell you for well, no. I fell off over there. Let's just say the team made it back just fine without me. But they can go quite a ways. We do only have them maybe at 40-mile days really good. These aren't Iditarod dogs or racers, so they're breaking their own trail, and it really is weather dependent on the conditions. If you have 3 feet packed snow, you're having to break your own trail. 10 miles sounds pretty good, but a good day would be about 40 to 50 miles. Anybody else? Yes?
Why do they eat rocks?
Why do they eat rocks? So there's been a lot of research. For the longest time, people thought, oh, they must be lacking something in their diet. There's just been no conclusive evidence to support that. We think it's more of maybe a learned behavior. Is it something you could possibly train them to stop doing? Yeah, but it's not worth the hassle of that surgery. It's in need it. Over here, any questions? Yes. Sense of smell, and what was your question too? How much would it cost to get one? Well, our guys are adoptable personally, but I have heard good lead Iditarod dogs are maybe like 5-10 grand I've heard of, but it's very various. But these guys are adoptable when they do retire. I would advise applying if you were interested. Same with any puppies that, or maybe even Sylvie when she's 5 is like, I don't want to be a sled dog anymore. We would find a good adoptable home for her as well. Now some dogs have quite a wait list because each dog has volunteer dog walkers that walk them in the summer. And so they'll be like, oh, when they go to retire, call me. So as for sense of smell, I know dogs have a very good sense of smell. I don't know, like, mathematically, like parts per million type of stuff. I do know it's pretty insane. But
useful in search and rescue?
We don't do search and rescue with our guys. Could you train them to? Probably. There's no reason to have to cross-train them in 2 different things. It's better if they just focus on the one job, like service dogs and search and rescue. I'm not sure if does the park have any search and rescue dogs?
No, they tend to move too slow. Rescues tend to be very time sensitive, and if we have a helicopter that we can use to get somebody out and save somebody's life, we will do that.
Yes.
How long does it take them to learn the commands?
How long does it take them to learn the commands? Well, they're always learning just like we are, but one way we do it is with the puppies. This winter, when the rest of the teams are out, there's still people at the kennels taking care of who's left, and it's just loving rocks. But we'll ski drawer with the puppies, so we put an adult dog. That's basically where the musher has skis on. You hook them to a harness, and you put like an adult dog and then the puppy, and you tell them G, because that adult dog already knows. So then the puppy's starting to learn, but also once they get on the team, swing is a good position for them to be like, oh, okay, so they're heading this way when the musher says that, or off, or left. So they kind of get it that way, and you can kind of train them with that. How long it takes, it just varies. Maybe a few months to a year. Every dog is their own, kind of like us, we learn at different rates. Anybody else over here? Yes.
How old do they have to be before they can go into the team?
How old do they have to be before they can go into the team? We don't have any 1-year-olds on this team, but Annie, Lucky, and Polly, they were in the puppy pen last year, and they're already doing our summer demos and on the team. They're not official sled dogs until their 2nd winter, but they are getting ready. We'll put them in a harness in the fall. They'll just get used to like running near the team. They'll figure out what's going on. Eventually, they actually try to get into the team. They're like, oh, I'm doing something. And it's like, they're not hooked up to anything. But they start getting the gist of it. They really do learn from each other. And then once they're on the team, that one next to them is really teaching them, oh, hey, pup, listen up. We're rolling this way. So if you have any other burning questions, you're more than welcome to come up and visit us. And me or any of the kennel staff will be here. A few announcements. If you notice this grayish blue line that's kind of hidden in the mud, these guys are in work mode, so there's like 80, 100 of you. It'd be a little bit overwhelming, even though Coho looks like you want some loving. But plenty of dogs that didn't get chosen, they need some loving too. So go ahead, give them some loving. However, you'll notice the end of the sled over here is behind the blue line. So if you wanted to get on the back and enjoy your Alaskan mushing photo in the rain with your enthusiastic team here, you can be more than welcome to get on the sled. Watch out, it does move, but please don't get into the basket. If you want to learn more, we do have our Alaska Geographic stand right over here. They're with our bookstore. They're an amazing non-profit organization that all the proceeds come back and help programs like this one. And here at the kennels, we do have our donation dog. Our dogs are on a special diet. Well, Buck's on a very special diet as well. He likes green paper and silver coins. Anything that goes into Buck's tummy does come out in enrichment. Also, volunteer gear for our volunteers in the winter to deal with those negative 40s. So, yes, people volunteer to do this. So, all right. Last few thoughts are, where would you go where would you go to see moose that are rutting near Savage River if you got a chance to check it out? Where would you go to maybe get a chance to view the mountains sometime? Or the amazing views, or just enjoy the wilderness? without our national parks here, you wouldn't be able to enjoy all these animals and everything. It takes a lot of effort and teamwork and ideas to make a park enjoyed by thousands of people. So even just though it was lines on a map at one point, now it's here park enjoyed by so many. And our park here in Denali, our winter-loving, passionate pulling sled dogs have helped us since the very beginning and to create that mission. So give them a little bit of a thank you and remember a little bit of their passion. Take it home with you wherever you're going or whenever you go home. So give them a good pet down and thank you for coming. And if you want to thank the two amazing, beautiful people in my life, my parents who had the cameras on the entire time from Florida.
Very proud of him.